While the first thing we're going to need to do is wind our thread around the bobbin. So we have a spool of thread and we have an empty bobbin. I'm going to need a pair of shears. Will you go grab that? Or yeah, Angie can grab it. Okay, so the spool of thread is going to be your upper thread for the machine. The bobbin is going to be the bottom thread. So this thread will go stitch through the top of your fabric. This thread will stitch through the bottom of your fabric. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to be just reading along and following the instructions in the instruction booklet. So it says, place the felt pad, which we don't have those, and thread spool on the spool pin. So we've already learned that this is called the spool pin. And then slide on a spool cap onto the spool pin. Then you're going to place the thread under guide A from right to left. So this part right here is going to be our A. In the booklet, it does also show A, B, C, D, and the directions. So I'm going to take my thread. Sometimes it helps if you hold both sides of it. Pull it underneath there, so that wound around A. Pull the thread to the rear and around the thread guide B, from left to right. So there's some more arrows here that point up here, point up here. Pull the thread to the right and then through the thread guide C. So C is this piece right here. I'm going to actually pull it in front of that little lever and then back behind it. And then around D in a counterclockwise direction. And I want to make sure I pull it so that it's tight, so that it's not going to come out. If I kind of just go like this and let it loose, it won't wind the bobbin correctly. So you may need to use 2 fingers and really like pull it to get it stuck underneath there, or come undone just like it just did. Okay, so now I have A, B, C, and D all threaded correctly. Now I'm going to thread my thread through the hole in the empty bottom bobbin from the inside to the outside. So what that means is this is the inside of the bobbin, this is the outside of the bobbin. The bobbin has a hole in it on either side of the bobbin. So I'm going to take my thread and go from the inside to, whoops, the outside. Okay, so you can see that my front thread is going from the inside of the bobbin up to the top. Place the bobbin on the bobbin winder spindle. So that's this piece right here. Push the bobbin lever to the right to wind. So we want to push it to the right towards your hand wheel. This will, instead of making the needle go up and down, when I push on my presser or on my foot pedal, it'll make the bobbin wind. A pop-up on the screen will appear that says bobbin winding on, so that we know that that's what we're doing. You are going to press the foot controller to start winding the bobbin. You're going to hold the end of the thread firmly when starting to wind. So then after a little bit, you can keep holding on to the top of the thread until it's fully done winding and then cut it off. I tend to like to cut it off right after I've wound it just a little bit, so then I don't have to sit and hold it. You're going to want to cut very, very close to that bobbin, because if we have any thread hanging off of there when it goes into our machine, it's going to get screwed up. So then we'll just push to finish winding the bobbin. And you can turn your speed up if you would like to. When the bobbin is full, you'll release the foot control to stop. Because we're just using this for sample fabric, I'm not going to fill it all the way up. So I'll just stop right about there. Push the bobbin lever to the left. The pop-up on the screen will turn off that said bobbin winder on. Remove the bobbin and cut the thread using the bobbin thread cutter. So there's actually a little thread cutter here, which is kind of nice. So you can use that to cut your thread, or you could grab your shears to cut your thread. So that is how we get the thread from the upper thread onto the bobbin. Go ahead and stop.